Today I'm doing an estimate on a new installation, and I wanted to show you my process on how I do a proposal as well as a proper load calculation. All right, so that was pretty quick. This project's going to be pretty simple because it is just one large open room. No individual walls inside. It's just going to be an open space. So talking to the customer, we're going to go with a 2-zone ductless system on this. And that way it's very simple. There's no duct work. It's nice and clean, easy to service, all that kind of stuff. Super quiet, efficient, all that, right? There's just so many good reasons to go with a ductless system. So on this type of situation, what I'd like to do is, clearly I need to do a load calculation. And so that way I can figure out what size equipment that I'm gonna need. And what's really nice, I've been using this program called AirMatch. And it's like an all-in-one sales program that's really designed to be used like in the field when you're on the job. It's super fast, it's really easy to use. And I'll kind of walk you through my process. So what I did, I first of all, obviously went through and I measured the space. I talked to the homeowner and then got some information of the insulation contractor and got the R values for the ceiling, for the walls. On this one, they're going to be doing glass, 3 glass garage doors. So I got all the R value for those garage doors because you need all that information to do a load calculation. Now, when I go into AirMatch, what's really nice is that once you start a client, it's pretty intuitive. They have a laser calc option here. And this is going to do the manual J for you. Now, you can do a room by room or a block load, which is fantastic. Obviously, for this particular job, it's just one room, so it's really easy and straightforward. You go through and you put all your information in. Design temperatures already populate based off of your location, which is nice. It kind of walks you through it. You got to let it know what it's the construction is. So if it's a tight construction, if it's on a slab, what the R values are for the ceiling and walls and that sort of thing. So this one's a little different because it is a shop, it's not a house, so you don't have like windows or anything. So you got to kind of play with it a little bit and see what the most accurate like window type, right? So obviously I'm plugging that in for those garage doors because those are basically massive windows. So I'm putting in double pane for those because they are going to be double pane garage doors. And then this is where you can go in and do room by room measurements. It's one massive room, so it's pretty straightforward. It came out to be 1575 on the square footage, so almost 1600 square feet. You put in some other information like the exposed wall length and so on. It's pretty straightforward. It asks you what you need, and then you're going to go in the window areas. This is where you want to figure out which windows are facing what direction, like northeast, south, that sort of thing. And then you're going to put in the square feet for that. So I've got 3 12 by 10 essentially windows. 12 by 10. So that's 360 square feet. That's pretty big. And then it's going to give you a load calculation, which is pretty straightforward. And now this is going to tell me that I need a 3.5 ton system. So now what I can do is I can take that information and I can go over into building an actual system. So go to the systems tab, and I've already done all this while I was walking around. As you can see in the top right hand corner, you have Mitsubishi Electric. So what you do is whenever you sign up for AirMatch, you will give them whatever brand that you're working with. If it's Train, Goodman, it doesn't matter. and you give them your price list, and they populate and put all that in here for you. And then again, if you have any kind of price jump or increase, you just let them know and give them the updated list, and they put all that in there for you. So they keep it up to date for you, which is really nice. And anyway, you're going to click on whatever brand. Let's say you have multiple brands. Well, we're going to choose Mitsubishi today. You give it a name, how many zones it's going to be. And what's cool is that it automatically, because it knows all of the equipment available, it's going to let you choose. It has a drop-down box, and you can choose what high walls that you want, if you want a remote or a thermostat included, what condenser that you want to choose, and they're only going to give you the options that actually match. That's what's really cool about this program. There's no guesswork, trying to figure out, hey, is this an AHRI matchup? It tells you right here at the top, and it even gives you the number of the AHRI. It tells you the SEER rating, the EER number, the HSPF, if it needs a branch box. It really makes it simple for you as a contractor, running and gunning basically. Like if you're just out here doing estimates, it just saves you a ton of time. But not only that, it's very professional, because once we get to the end of this, we'll have all the documents that we can email over to our customer. There's a cut sheet, there's specs, there's all kinds of good information that you can give off to your customer at that point. So I love that. I think being as professional as possible is very important in what we do. It really makes you stand out as a contractor. If you're just coming in and writing things on a notepad and saying, oh, I'll text you, when I leave kind of thing, give you a price, like, no, that doesn't work in 2025. We need to be able to have programs like this where it helps us be efficient. It helps us be very professional, and it's gonna make us land more jobs. And not only land more jobs, but what I didn't get into is that this helps you with your pricing. So if let's say you're starting out, you're a one-man operation, or even you have a couple of techs, whatever, and you're not quite sure, like, hey, am I pricing my stuff right? Am I too low, too high, whatever? And you don't really have that structure yet of knowing. They have like an industry standard pricing that they'll put in here. So it kind of gives you like a ballpark. And then of course you can adjust it if you want to make it lower, if you want to make it higher, whatever, suits your needs. So it's very helpful for guys like me that, don't have 3 or 4 sales techs out there, and has like tons and tons of years of experience of knowing like what your pricing should be. It just really helps you out, and I love that. So anyway, you can go in here, and I could probably make a whole entire video just on building a client and going through it and building out a proposal. But really what I'm just trying to drive home is that utilize programs like this. They're not very expensive. You can build it into your pricing, and it's just going to make your job so much easier, and you're going to get more work because of it. Now, one thing that I want to add is that you can customize this completely, right? Because you're making a proposal, and they have all this this verbiage in here, so you can just click on, installation of a 2-zone. Boom, it populates. I'm going to install a Mitsubishi 2-zone system, including service disconnect, surge protector, electrical whip fuses, and so on. Like it had that already in there, but you can customize exactly what you want it to say. So that way it's tailored to your business, which is really cool. And then as you go through the tabs of the particular system, you can add on if there's any random type of work that needs to be done. Let's say you're having to replace a duct or something like that. You can edit all these, and you can actually add it quickly. So it's nice to have all those functions there. Same situation, all these different custom items. And so you want to spend a little bit of time and set all this up for your business. So that way when you're there and you're offering a MERV 13 filter, boom, you just click the box and it automatically adds it to your proposal. The pricing's already built in, like everything. And again, you can go in there and adjust your margins, everything, man hours. So that way you're not having to go and like reinvent the wheel every time you go to the job, each individual estimate. It's already all preset. You go in here, you just click some buttons, and literally within a couple minutes, let's say I was doing a replacement and I didn't even need to do a load calculation. I could do a replacement proposal and give them a good, better, best within probably just a couple minutes, because everything's already pre-populated in here. And I don't know, I can't say enough about it. I love this program. You can put in here your maintenance programs. So if you want to offer that with your your change outs or your installs, you can have all that information already in there, what is included with those, the pricing, all of that. And then they have financing built into their program with GoodLeap. Now, if you don't want to use GoodLeap and you want to use Synchrony Financial or whatever other company out there, you can definitely do that, and you can kind of onboard or bring in those terms. But GoodLeap is literally they work within this application, so you don't have to leave the app to sign up for financing or to get them approved. It's all right here in the app. So again, very fast. You're not wasting anyone's time. The quicker you can get the information into the customer's hands, the more likely they're going to make a decision with you, right? So it's really nice. GoodLeap is right there. You can pick the plan and move forward, and then boom, you're done. You got your documents. You can easily, it gives you the proposal of what it's going to cost, all the scope of work. I mean, this just looks really fancy and very professional, and I like it. It's got your warranties in there. It's got a graphic of the equipment, what the model numbers are, just so much information that some customers may not want or care about, but there's a lot of customers that do. They want to know what model numbers they're getting. They want to know what that C rating is. They want to know what that AHRI number is. So the more information that you have, the better you are going to be closing that deal, right? So anyway, fantastic program. I'm actually partnered up with AirMatch. After using their product for a little bit, we got in contact, and I said, hey, I want to offer this to my my audience, my viewers, because it's helped me. I want to help them as well. So right now, if you click the link below in the description and you sign up, now you can get a 30-day trial. There's no credit card involved, no payment involved. So you can try it out for 30 days, no commitment whatsoever. And trust me, you're going to love it. But within that 30 days, they're actually going to pay you $25 for each proposal that you create, up to 125 bucks. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to say, hey, create the proposal. We guarantee you're going to love this. It's going to make your job a whole lot easier. And so that's kind of the incentive to push you forward to do it. And once you do it, you're going to love it. And then you're also going to get a $50 off towards your account for using the promo code HVACR. So, and that's going to get you started. And I guarantee you, if you're building proposals and you're doing estimates, this is going to be a game changer for you, I promise. Especially if you've got, now, and I didn't say it, but you can use your phone if you want to. You can use the iPad. I prefer the iPad just because it's a larger screen and it's very mobile. But you can use a laptop, PC or Mac if you just have a laptop with you, or if you're, however you want to do it. Basically, it's open to all the different options as far as the technology and what devices that you can use. So I don't know, like when I first got this program, I went through it for maybe 30 minutes and I already felt super comfortable with it. So there's not a long learning curve to it, setup time, all that. Of course, you can adjust things and fine-tune things over time, but man, I'm really digging this program so far. So now what I'm able to do is just email that over to the customer, and then if they have any questions, of course, we can move forward with that. But that's pretty much it. And if they decide, if they want to approve it, there's a document in there that I can email over that already auto populated the model numbers, and it can email it directly to my supply house. So it'll tell them what I need for that project. It's already got the project name. I mean, it's all organized and seamless. It's very nice. So but that's pretty much it as far as the app goes. Now what I want to do is I want to show you in my shop, because the system that we're going to be installing over there, as far as like the application, is the same. And I've got some new thermostats, some Wi-Fi based thermostats for ductless units, and I want to install one in my shop. I want to test it out because I've been looking for an option to be able to sell to my customers that give them a Wi-Fi functionality. Now there are a lot of brands that come pre-ready for Wi-Fi, but what I've noticed is that those brands, like their app, they're horrible. The interface is not good. Like what I have, I do not enjoy it, and I've heard the same thing with other customers. So I want to try this out. I want to see how intuitive the app is. So far, from what I've seen, it looks really nice. So this could be a cool option to be able to offer, Wi-Fi to all my customers, to where they can utilize their ductless systems remotely. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm going to head to the shop and show you guys that now. All right, so here's my shop. This is a 1,200 square foot shop. It's kind of the same concept as this project we're looking at. So we have a high wall on that side, high wall on this side. And this is the longest wall here. So this is a 40-foot wall, and this is a 30-foot wall. So they blow kind of down the shortest wall of the building, of the building. So it's worked out great. Spray foamed everything, which this project we're working on, they're doing the same thing. But yeah, it worked out great. The only thing I don't really care about is the Wi-Fi functionality that's built in to this unit. I mean, it works, but the functionality of it sucks. I don't like it. So what I'm going to use today is a thermostat called Cielo. Now this is completely wireless to the actual system itself. So it replaces the infrared remote that these units typically come with, and it gives you a fully functional, Wi-Fi thermostat. What's cool about this particular one, this is the Breez Edge Pro. This thing works with mini splits, window units, or portable AC units. That's pretty cool. Now you can have it set up to where it's kind of like a desk mount. You would just sit it on a table. It comes with a cradle, and you plug it into, as USB-C into your outlet, right? That powers it up, and then it controls the systems that way. Or if you want more of a seamless, like wall mount look, it comes with a back plate, and then you just need to get a transformer and down to 24 volts, and then you can wire it up 24 volts and use it like a normal traditional thermostat mounted on the wall, which is pretty cool. And I think I'm going to do that here because I have all my conduit ran external or flush mount on the outside of the wall. So I might do that because I got power, and I have a transformer that I can easily plug in and then mount it on the wall, because that would look clean. But for today, I'm just going to get this thing powered up with a USB-C cable and get it tested out and see how it works. All right, so I've already set up the account, so it should be pretty straightforward just to go ahead and get this thing plugged up, powered on. Just kind of checking out the UI here. It's very clean and simple. I like that, because what I'm used to on these is it's not the same. So now we can test it. Now I know we've got two high walls, so I've got two of these thermostats. I don't know, I'm going to have to play with it and see how that works, because they are so close to each other, and see what I'm going to do about that. But what's cool though is it gives me an indoor temperature and it gives me the humidity. I like that. I like that it gives me both. So now we can test it out. All right, so I figured out that I can use one of these devices to control both, because it's sending an infrared message to each one, right? So as long as it's shooting it to where both can see, it's within line of sight of both units, it's working with just one. So I've got it plugged into my little Milwaukee top off just to power it up for now, just to kind of test things out. and I'm using the app and toggling it from off to fan only and seeing if it responds like it's supposed to. And because I'd like to have just one of these mounted and it controls both, because it's just one wide open space, obviously. So I don't need them to be running individually. They need to be the same. So what I found out is that right here, I'm pretty close to the center of the room. And I'm just going to put it above my head right now so I'm not blocking the infrared. And then if I turn the fan on, so right now they're both turned off. There you go. So now they are both in the fan mode. So that's pretty cool. So that means you can get away with having one thermostat for two as long as they're close like this. So this is going to work out good. That means I already have power up here feeding these the garage door openers. So there's a junction box up there I can tap out of for power, and I can put a transformer for 24 volts. I can come down and I can mount right here on this wall. I prefer it to be on that side, away from the garage doors, but again, it has to be in line of sight, so it needs to be on this side of the room shooting that way. And it's okay. It's a shop. It's not a house, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I think this is going to work out well. All right, so I'm pretty pleased with this setup here. I think this is going to work out well. Just need to do a little bit of mounting and wiring and for long-term purposes, and we'll be in good shape. Of course, you want to keep the remotes, put them away in a drawer or something just to have them. But that's pretty much it. Really hope you guys got something out of this video. Click the link down below for AirMatch. I think if you're in need of any type of proposal, program, software like that to really kind of elevate your proposals and getting them high quality, make that ticket average go up, closing rate go up, I think you're going to like it. So check that out. I'll also leave a link for this thermostat as well for the mini splits, because so far I'm really enjoying this app. It's seamless. It's clean looking, way better than what these units came with from the factory. So I'm happy with that. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if you guys like what I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, see you guys later.